Hey everyone, it's saiyangodcosplay here, and today we're going to be playing the Life is Strange direct commentary. Before we continue, I'm just going to give you an announcement of wondering why I was gone for 2 weeks to 3 weeks. If you're wondering why, it's because I was in hospital again with the same thing again that happened a year ago in 2022, where I got the fungus cannon growing back again. This is the third time, and it all happened at work this time. On the 24th of January 2023, in work, on a Tuesday, which was really sad. So before I get into the story and let you know how it happened, I'm going to say, please, if you see on the left side of here, I'm going to post a video of my sad hospital video that happened last year. I did a video of it, of what happened about my fungus candidate that grew in my stomach when I was in hospital for like 1 week. You can check that out down below in the comments or the description, the ordinary video, so you can check that out. That really help, and that'd be really appreciated. So what happened was, it all started on Tuesday on the 24th when I went to work at 8:30. Got to work and I did my 2-hour shift. It was fine, normal, good day. I was happy and doing my thing. All of a sudden I felt a sharp burn pain at work that got me crashing onto the ground. So bad that I couldn't move for a couple of hours. And then my flatmate picked me up and took me to sit down and rest, and then checked me up to see how I was doing, and they told me you can go home now. So what I did, first off I called my parents to let them know what happened, and they told me, oh god, no, not that same thing that happened again, which was the fungus candy growing back. And they said, oh no, this is the third time, maybe you can't work in a very physical job. But I was like, oh god, this is not good news. So they told me to get an Uber, so which I did, and I got home. And when I got home, I decided to take a little nap and then also get some food in me and rest up. But then all of a sudden I felt the sharp burn pain getting worse and worse, and I crashed on the ground. And then my flatmate saw me and decided to take me to the hospital, straight to the emergency place. So I went to the emergency, got in the ward, and then got into a bed area to rest. Maybe 2-3 hours later, a doctor came in and they told them the full story about what happened, and they told me, okay, we look at your record. But unfortunately at the end of it, they didn't want to give me the right medicine because I really needed it, so I think it's the same thing here. But they said, no, we cannot, it's unliable, it could be risky. So I was like, oh damn. So at the end of it, on the end of the day, I got discharged, and then my flatmate decided to take me home. So my family came to my place and they decided to cook some food for me, really light food, a soupy based protein food, just very soupy, chicken, like pork, a little bit chicken, and some vegetables with rice. So I had that, and then I went to bed. So the next day my mom called the GP and got me a GP early in the morning. So 1 hour later they picked me up and they took me to the GP, and we discussed the same thing I discussed with the doctor, and then they said, okay, cool, we're gonna give you the medicine straight away. So I got my medicine, Albuterol, and some anti-inflammation, just in case if I get pain I can take it to calm it down. So we did that, and at the end of the day I was getting a little bit better, and I was eating the same food again, the soupy rice food to help, and just eat plain food. So I had, my parents took me to eat outside, which was really nice. Got some plain food, some rice noodles with some vegetables and some meat. And after that took me home. So I got home, took my medicine, and then went to bed and slept all day. The next day I did the same thing, just lay down, do nothing much but sleep, eat, and recover. So that's basically the full story of what happened. And now today I'm feeling a little bit better, still have that burn feeling. I know it's going to take a while to recover. I might not even go back to work. I might lose my shift job, which unfortunately, because I cannot work it. I also heard from my doctor, I found out I have what's called low immunity deficiency, which means I cannot work on a physical job. So if I wanted to become a full-time lifter, I have to stop physical job, or if I want to work in a full-time job, I cannot live. So I decided, okay, I'm going to stick to lifting for a while, and then also to save to get my PT qualifications so I can work as a personal trainer, because it's not too physical and easy on my body, and I can manage what I eat and stuff. So that's basically the full story of what happened, and it's sad that it happened, but that's what I want to let you guys know, so you know the full story, so that that's why I was gone for the 2-3 weeks. So now let's get back into what we're going to be seeing now on the screen. So what we'll be doing now is we're going to be playing the Life is Strange direct commentary, which is going to be the directors talking about the game and how they made the game, how they went through the game, and what they did with all the voice acting stuff. So as you see in the screen here, we're going to be starting off with number 1. So what's going to be happening now is we're going to get into the 9 videos, as you can see here on the screen. So we're going to be starting off with number 1, 2 directors, and then the next video is going to be number 2, Let's Play Life is Strange, and then number 3, intentional, number 4, a matter of choice, number 5, a living world, number 6, capture the moment, number 7, social issue, number 8, get things right, and number 9, the voice of Arcadia Bay. So once we get into all 9 videos in the Life is Strange direct commentary, then it'll be finished. Yeah, can't wait to show you what these directors are going to be talking about, what they're going to give us ideas of how they created this beautiful game. It's going to be awesome. So also at the same time, once we complete this game, we're going to get into the next game, Life is Strange Beyond Storm. So I'm going to let you know in February I'm going to be ordering my first wig, get it out of the way. Wig for the cosplay I'm going to be doing for Life is Strange Beyond Storm, and at the same time make my cosplay. So when the wig is finished and the cosplay is made, I'll let you guys know and then get the reaction to the game started. So can't wait for that too. Yes, this is gonna be awesome. So let's get into it right now. Life is Strange direct commentary number 1, 2 directors.
It was really great to see so many fan arts, so many letters, so many fiction, cosplays.
The reactions were fantastic, way beyond our previous expectations.
It was impossible to expect a huge community like this and so passionate fans, and it's great.
Thank you. Yeah. We started the project by making the game we wanted to make for ourselves, but at the end it's really making a game for the players, because that's what's important.
So welcome to the dev commentary of Life is Strange. We're really happy to be there and talk about the game. Thank you for watching.
Thanks.
I'm Raoul Barbet, one of the co-game director of the game.
And I'm Michel Cor, the other co-game director of the game.
We are 2 game directors working on one project, so it's really interesting to work that way.
It can be hard sometimes, but I think it's a really interesting creative process, because we can challenge each other on a lot of aspects and find out always the better solution for what's best for the game.
If only Michel or Raoul was directing the game would have been really different. They both know how to make a game. Like they're not stuck in their field of expertise. They know a lot of things about each department, and they had this direct contact with the teams.
I'm more from the audiovisual and movie scene, so I was in charge of all the cameras with the camera team. I work a lot with the sound design team also, with the music.
And myself, since I'm from an illustration background, my specialties were more on the art direction, and later, for this game, I'm starting to work way more with the narrative team and the voice recording sessions.
It was cool because they had a similar vision for the game, so we didn't have a yes from one and a no from the other.
Actually, Michel and Raoul are in the game when you think about it, because there are 2 game directors, so we have a contraction which is Michel. But if you put it the other way around, it's Raoul and Michel, so it's Rachel. I'm pretty sure they did it on purpose.
The idea behind the game was because both of us worked on Remember Me, and there were some sequences in this game called Memory Remixes, and one of the founders, Hervé Bonin, asked this small core team to think about a game with this kind of mechanism. Very quickly came the episodic adventure game, because we wanted really to do something like that.
There is really a lot of good new ways, interactive ways to tell stories.
On an episodic format, you have to make a lot of choice for episode 1, because you won't be able to change after. A lot of assets have to be there in episode 1.
Yeah.
So the menu is one of those assets.
It was interesting because there was a lot of variations. We did a lot of tries of what we wanted to show in this menu. The idea was really to basically show the most important locations of the game. So we can see the Blackwell Academy on the top right. We can see the lighthouse. We can see the town of Arcadia Bay. We are really trying to give a sense of location and just showing like the game world with the menu.
We really wanted to make the player feel that all areas are connected, and the menu is a great way to do that.
One of the main importance for us for the game was to have a peaceful game with this sense of you can take your time, and we wanted to reflect that from the menu. So we worked on those small wind effects and the leaves that are going around and the nice and soft music. It was just when you start the game you should feel quite at peace and comfortable. And even when the menu evolves in each episode, there is some small details that are changing. Like for the menu for episode 4, you have the beach whaled. That's this kind of details we wanted to just add with the variations of the menu. The game takes place in Oregon, in the Pacific Northwest, in the United States. When I went back there on vacations, I've seen a lot of places that really looks like what we did in the game. So I guess it was a really big job of references to be sure that everything was correct. But it's also something that's really exciting about making a game, that you have to look at everything and to reproduce reality, and with of course our own lens and stylizations, but we really wanted this to feel like being in Oregon. Sometimes people ask us if we choose to have a game in the United States for marketing, for selling the game. We knew that we were fans of like TV shows like Twin Peaks or X-Files. They have those trees and the Pacific Northwest feeling.
I think they are a great example of a small community thinking that everybody know each other and everybody is happy, but when you put something inside this community, it could be something supernatural. You discover a lot more,
and it's really a way to shift things around and to bring chaos and interesting variations on the characters. And in the end, Life is Strange is really a game and a story about the characters, about their lives. It's not a story about the sci-fi elements. The sci-fi elements are just for us. They were just here to make things interesting.
So yeah, that's it, guys. We just saw the Life is Strange 2 directors. So this is all the details they gave us about number 1. How awesome is that? So yeah, if you like what you see of this video, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you more on anime, fitness, and cosplay and more. Peace.